everyone is knowledgeable on something. It's just, are you gonna go get paid for your knowledge?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So like, it don't matter if you know how to play piano. You can go have a charge for piano lessons. I was working with designers though, but I caught that same thing again. I'm like, I'm explaining to y'all these ideas or these creative processes, or I'm sending sketches and shit, and the mock-ups and everything we're coming out with is not coming out how I want it to come out. You know what I mean? He's selling the same zip up over 5,000 times because and now his piece really out there, but he just marketing that one piece.
I can show you how to stack a 10 times 10. Fast money shit, getting it in.
This is, you know what I'm saying, episode 50.
50? Okay.
Big 50. Straightforward podcast. And today, I ain't gonna lie, before I introduce my man's card, we got an amazing guest today. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going ahead and get to you. You know what I'm saying? Owner of Project Capri, over $1 million in sales, 100K on YouTube. I can honestly keep going forever, but you know what I'm saying? He calls himself not YN, YRN. You know what I'm saying? Get it right. Caprice Brown. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it, bro?
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Appreciate you coming through.
Yep.
Man.
You got to tell them the story how this even came about, too.
Hey, that was crazy. I'm good. You know what? Let me get straight into how this came about. We had, shout out to Rich Guys, by the way. Shout out to Rich Guys. He came, he had an event to Stu, and as he had the event, you know, my man's car was texting niggas $100 coming to gate. Gate was full. Car was texting $100 coming to gate. He texted the first person that came in, right? And he, you know, he showing the love. He said, "Hey, go eat." We seen, you know, what I'm saying, he came made back. I ain't gonna lie, he came made back. I was gonna hit you, you know, hit you with the 100. He had let down his window. I said, "I know it's Caprice, but we need to interview. Fuck the money." He's like, still, fuck the money. This is business. I need, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bitch, I'll let you in free. You know what I'm saying? Front door up there. You know what I'm saying? You just podcast episode, honestly, and you know, he locked in. He was a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? Kept his word. Honestly, many don't do that, but he kept his word like a real nigga and pulled up on us.
Yep, let's do it. Now we're here.
And now we're here.
Hell yeah.
Man, nah. So when he came over there, when he came back to me in real time after he had went over there, he was like, "I ain't getting no bread, but we good. I'm like, "Bro, what you talking about?" He was like, "We good, just trust me. I'm like, "All right, bro, whatever he talking about."
Right. When it first happened, did you think I was really going to pull up, or you thought?
Nah, we thought you was bullshit.
What?
I gotta keep him.
That's not true. I thought, okay, I felt like when you first pulled up, before you walked into the building, maybe not.
Right.
But I feel like once you walked into the building and seen what was going on in here, it's like, okay, this is a legit operation.
Right.
Then it's like, okay, now I think he will possibly pull up.
Yeah, nah,
it's like
for
a 50-50 at that point for me.
Nah, man, all you got is your word. So if I tell you I'm going to pull up, I'm going to pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Put your number in my phone. I thought he was, I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was just, I was like, yes, bro, this nigga's a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? I say, finally a real nigga that said something. So, yeah. Well, shoot, let's get into it, Car.
Okay, bet.
I want to ask first, though, before that, has anybody ever hopped down on you for a podcast like that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've got offered to go on podcasts a lot, but I've only accepted podcasts of people that, like, I fuck with the people who's running it. You know what I'm saying? So the other podcast I was on, they only had, like, 100 followers, and the other podcast I was on only had, like, 900 when I was on them. So it's really just, like, most of the time, the only podcast I've went on, they both, like, they sent me like a little document beforehand, kind of like, oh, I want to interview you because of this, da-da-da-da. I want to ask you about X, Y, and Z. So then I'm like, boom, yeah, we could do it. You feel me? But yeah, that's happening before.
Yeah, there's no script over here, fellas. We have no script.
No script, none of that.
All right, now we could dive all the way in. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, you know, like you said, you done had your interviews, and I'm pretty sure they already asked these questions or these same questions. But I want to talk about the ball. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about Caprice as a basketball player first.
Okay, let's do it.
Because right now we know you as the clothing brand owner, the $1 million guy. You know what I'm saying? Right. We know you as Maybach. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's what we know. So who were you back then? You know what I'm saying? Take us all the way through it. Like, what was the upbringing like? Because I, you know, did my research. Growing up in Nevada, I also seen that you came down here, moved to Houston. Yeah. And I don't know the details, but I know it was kind of back and forth maybe.
Right. Yeah.
But
so
just give us the whole rundown of the childhood.
I'll do a little rundown of it. So basically, my parents was divorced when I was real young. I was like 6 years old or something like that, right? And then my mom's dad had a car dealership out in Red Bluff, California. That was a great dealership. They were running it. And then after the 2006 crash, I believe it was, or something like that, when the economy went really bad, things just went to the shit. So like they lost everything like that, right? So they ended up losing everything, and my parents were divorced. And then that's when I ended up going back and forth between my dad and my mom. and my dad was staying out in Vegas. So at first I was staying with my mom, but then I ended up getting in trouble in school too much. Like my 6th grade year, I got suspended for fighting and some shit. And then so 7th grade year, I got into some more shit. So I got in trouble again. So then my dad was like, nah, you coming with me. So right after that, and I didn't make my basketball team neither. So back then I was in drama, actually. I was like acting and shit. I was hooping like AAU or whatever, but I wasn't in school ball. So then right after that, I moved my dad. But during around COVID and stuff, my mom, since all that bad business had went on, she moved out here to Houston, and she was staying out here. So I was still staying with my dad, and then COVID happened, right? So then when COVID happened, I was like failing school like a motherfucker because I wasn't pulling up to the online classes and shit. So I was like, I'm finna go to Houston. So I went to Houston. I moved from my dad, went with my mom. It was boring as hell out here. Like my mom, it was boring. I was all the way out. I was out like in Katy or something. You know what I'm saying? And then at the time, this is when I was really like starting to take hoop serious and stuff. So like I would, my mom would have to like Uber me to my trainings, and it was costing her a lot of money and stuff like that. So I ended up just moving back. But then, yeah, I was hooping when I was younger. I was always hustling as far as like shoe reselling. Like my mom always tell people the story about how like when I was like, I think I was 10 years old, 11 years old. I flipped like my first case of water and brought her back the money and told her to give me another one. Like just always really,
just water.
You know what I'm saying? Like
very interesting.
Water.
Just always hustling and stuff. And then throughout high school, like, but since my parents were always moving and all that stuff was going on, I went to 11 different schools. So I never went to a school except for that one school that I got in trouble at 6th and 7th grade year. I never went to a school for more than 1 year. Yeah, so I went to 4 different high schools, 2 different middle schools, and 5 different elementary schools. Yeah, so
was it hard for you to like pick up friends as you was going, bro?
You see, me, I never like, what it does is like I'm real, like I can get along with everybody and anybody now, because what happened was I would like build relationship, build friends, and it also just lets you know like to keep stuff at an arm's distance sometimes too, because like it would be like I'll get friends this year, boom, 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 and then next thing you know, I'm on the north side of Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I moved. Now I gotta start completely over. You feel me? So that's kind of how it was moving around and stuff. And then basketball was there, and I honestly was just telling my homies this. I was like, if I was in the weight room earlier when it came to basketball, that I would have definitely went to the next level with it. But
I mean,
I definitely would have went to the next level with it, because now I really be in the gym and I've been putting on muscle and like really hitting leg day and shit like that. And I'm actually now starting to get some, you know what I'm saying, some little ups. And now I'm getting, it's a little different, but it's like, I mean, it's too late for all that shit now, but still, you feel me?
I mean, shit, you successful where you at. I mean, you still hoop though, you know what I'm saying?
100%. Definitely, even like on some having my own AAU team shit or something, you know?
That's not a bad idea. It's got to be something in the air, because I ain't been skipping no leg days either. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? I used to be number one. I ain't gonna lie.
Once I found out that like to really build your core strength, it's the leg days that you need. It's not even the ab workouts and the, you know what I'm saying? It's really, if your legs ain't strong, like core and lower body going together, that's really what matters for.
Nah, facts. But I want to go back into school. You said, which stuck out to me, and I came across while I was doing the research on my end, that you were selling shoes. Yeah, I feel like growing up there was 2 types of hustlers. Right. Yeah. Before we were able to get jobs, it was either the guy that was selling candy or selling shoes.
He was the candy. I was the shoes.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I was the shoes. That's what's up, bro. So how did that come about? Like, did you always know, like, like this is something that I can easily win off of? Like, tell me where that.
So look, it was like when I was younger, I always tell this story. My dad was like, once you pass my shoe size, I'm not buying you no more shoes. I'm not buying you no more clothes, right? And at the time when he said it, I thought he was joking. Like, I thought he was just like giving me a hard time, because I was like in 6th, 7th grade catching up with him, because my dad's only like 5'8", 5'9". You know what I mean? And he only wore a size 7.5, 8.
How you end up 6'4"?
My mom's 6'2".
Shit.
Yeah, my mom's 6'2".
There we go. We got our answers.
Yeah, literally, like, that's the thing. People think I got white parents. My mom is literally mixed like me, and my dad's black, but I literally just look just like my mom. Like, I don't get, like, my dad's genes. You can see it in my nose and shit, but other than that, I got all my mom's genes. You feel me? So he was like, oh, once you pass my shoe size, I'm not buying me no more shoes. he was not playing. Like he was dead ass. So once I realized that, and at the time, for me, the fits would be more simple. The shoes was the main part of the fit. Like especially going to like middle school or something like that. Like I would be going to go school shopping at like Burlington, and I would maybe get a good pair of khakis, a little blue polo. Like I can send y'all the picture, right? And you can put it up right now. And I would, but the thing is, I would have like some blue different type of Air Force Ones on or some shit, you know? So, so once I wanted to get shoes, that's when I started hustling on that, and it was like on Instagram. I had like a little Instagram account on it, and then really it just started up like that. And then also I was just making personal content on TikTok. I went up a couple times and I kept getting banned just because I was like underage and shit. So then and then it was like, okay, I'm flipping shoes and I'm doing this, and then basically I transferred for basketball, right? And I went to go play at this new school. This was my junior year. I got deemed ineligible. Right, they didn't let me play. They said I had to sit out for, I think it's like 180 days or something like that. 150. Yeah, they said I had to sit out. Right, so that season I was going to school with him, and so in that season, I was the only one not eligible, and I ended up starting my brand. And by the time the next season came around, we had already done like over 500,000 in sales. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna still graduate high school. I'm gonna still do my senior year just because I haven't really had no high school year like that. But I know I'm not really finna go to college with this shit, you know. So.
Okay, so you say you started your brand. Like, what made you even get into clothes? Like, what made you like, oh, I want to make brands. I want to do a brand. I want to, you know what I'm saying?
So, it was like I had little stuff that I would make. Like when I was actually living out here. When I was living out here in Houston, my freshman year is when I got into it for real. Because I would make like. I would get like some stacked jeans or sew them together and then bleach the jeans and then boil the water, put it in RIT dye. And then like I still got a pair of those jeans at my crib right now that I've made before. Or like it would be some shit like I would see on YouTube. They grab the Air Forces. You know how you can draw on them and make it look like a cartoon? I would just do little shit like that. And then really, if I see something I can work to, like if I got the resources to do it, I'm not just gonna sit there for no reason. So like I started my brand literally like right when I started seeing ads about Shopify, because before I did brand, I did drop shipping, and I was drop shipping Eric Emanuel shorts and splatterball guns. You know the splatterball guns, the gel blasters. I was drop shipping the gel blasters. And I was drop shipping Eric Emanuel shorts, which I know now is highly illegal.
So this is like what, 21, 22?
Yeah. This is like right after COVID, like prime COVID. You feel me? So, I'm doing all that. So now I know how to work at Shopify, and then it's like, okay, I know I can go on Alibaba, get a manufacturer. I can figure it out from there, and I already can like put together content and stuff like that, you know. So, and I was already like trying to put together fits, everything like that. So I just started my brand, and then I ended up going to a Pakistan manufacturer in my DMs and shit. And then I ended up getting scammed by them because Pakistan manufacturers are ass. But yeah.
I've heard, bro. It take them folks like 6 months.
It's not even that it take them 6 months. It'll be like I would order 300 acid wash shorts, and they would send me like 160 of them. Because it's like the price of them in bulk would be so cheap. You're like, damn, this is way cheaper than China. But they gonna get your ass back because they're not gonna send you all of them. You think you paying $15 a short for 300 pieces, but if they only send you 200 pieces, what are you really paying? You feel me? So like that's kind of how it would be with that shit.
Said, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, so I want to know. I know your first drop it was October 22nd, right? Your mom's
October 22nd, my mom's birthday.
Okay, so your first drop, it was just like it popped. First drop.
Like, first drop did not pop. I only did 1,700 in sales, right? So I did 1,700 in sales, and then actually what I did was I took the rest of my inventory, and I was selling locally. Like if you were in Vegas, you could like just cash at me or Zelle me, and I would bring you the piece. And at school, the people that would just be like either putting that shit on or like that I was just cool with, I was just giving them shit to get content of it. Because what I did was after my first drop, I packed the orders that I could, which I didn't profit no money from the drop because I only made 1,700. My bulk was even more than 1,700. My bulk was like 2,300 or something like that. Yeah, so I lost on it, and I had to still pay shipping for them. But what I did was I made my drop seem like it didn't flop overly. Like I packed the orders that I could, gave away some inventory so I would still have content of people posting in them and shit like that. Because I was like, all right, if I already took this loss, instead of just sitting on this loss and trying to move this inventory slowly, I might as well just take the loss to the chin and just get back into the shit. You feel me?
Smart. Hey, facts. Because first thing when I heard you say that, as far as like giving out the clothes because it's like you already lost.
Right.
A lot of us, we got too much ego.
Ego. Yeah. Like a lot of people feel like, like to be honest, like for even after that, when I was giving away the free pieces and shit, what people are gonna say is like, oh, so how did you do the next drop? What I did the next drop was the first drop was I was still trying to learn how to design myself, but what I realized was it was taking too long for my design skills to catch up how creative my brain is. So I couldn't design what I was thinking in my head. So the next drop, I went to a designer called Chapter 4 Design, and they were just posting little like pre-made designs and everything like that. And I went to them and I cooked up a design with them, and it was like, this was when gallery department sweats were bussing. And then I made some flared, I made sweats like that with the flare on them, but they weren't gallery depth though. They was some other shit. It was like the money's already printed, you just got to go get it type shit. Like I had some different shit on them, you know what I'm saying? And this is when my brand was Adore Capri. So now that I did that, and my next drop was better because I went to a designer, got to really express kind of what I wanted to drop. And then I was on TikTok heavy with that next drop. Like the TikToks from that rollout are still up to this day, you feel me? And I was just going heavy with that rollout. And then we ended up doing 20K the second drop. Shit. Yeah, and that vlog is up on YouTube.
Wait, what? Hey, go check. Everybody go check Caprice YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Everybody go check out Caprice YouTube. Watch that vlog. So what made you keep going from when you took that loss, and what made you like, oh, I can keep going. I can find a way to profit out of this. I can, you know what I'm saying?
Because like my pops just really never raised a quitter on some shit, and the same thing with my like for instance, my pops was trying to start a tow truck business, and he was trying to start a tow truck business. He's been trying to start a tow truck business for like 6-7 years because he was tired of like the other money he was getting, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't you know what I'm saying? So he was trying to go get him a business, right? Yeah. I seen him work at that tow truck for so long that when he started it, I was broke. By the time he was 3 years into it, still trying to like get it started, working towards it, like buying trucks, the transmissions going out, putting them in the shop for weeks and everything like that. I had the money to help him with his tow truck, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was working at that shit, and his shit's just now getting to the point where like now he's getting like he's getting his sales license back again now because he took his sales license away. So now he got his tow truck, got a new tow truck finna come in that's $130,000 that already got the hitch on it. You feel me? So now it's like he worked at the same thing over and over. Like if you're not gonna raise no quitter, then if I'm gonna start something, then I'm gonna finish it. You know,
that's usually where it starts every time too. Like
if I start something, I'm gonna finish it. You know,
I feel like, bro, it comes down to your pops a lot of times with us as men. Like you gonna figure out how dad really is just off of how he is. You know what I'm saying? Not in all cases, but in a good amount of cases, you gonna figure it out. But I did want to ask you because I heard you say your editing skills were behind compared to your mind. Yeah. So
I still think they are to this day too.
You see it up here and then you pull it from here and bring it out here.
Yeah. So basically the way I kind of do it now is like, one, I've been so busy just because I have other business ventures too, to the point where I haven't really been able to sit down and hop on the computer and really like use Photoshop for real. But what I actually did earlier this year, what I was just telling you about, was I was working with designers though, but I caught that same thing again. I'm like, I'm explaining to y'all these ideas or these creative processes, or I'm sending sketches and shit, and the mock-ups and everything we're coming out with is not coming out how I want it to come out. You know what I mean? So what I ended up doing at the beginning of this year, I had to cut off everything that I delegated. I was like, bro, my business is best ran. Like nobody cares for your business more than you, right? Facts. So the business is gonna be best ran when you're on top of everything. Now my mom runs my customer service. You feel me? I'm now I do all the designing. Even if I work with a designer now, I've been like looking for higher end designers that can obviously do crazier things. But now I'm actually better at, since I know more about clothes, I'm better at articulating how I want a design to come out. So back then, maybe I didn't know exactly how to explain what type of wash or what type of fabric or what type of like distressing on the words. But now since I've learned all that stuff, I can explain to a designer and have them cook up. But still, fired all those people at the beginning of the year, literally cooked up this collection in my crib. Shout out to my boy Rami, because I didn't want to use no designers, and Rami's my boy and he knows how to cook up and stuff. So I'm literally sitting there, he's at my crib and stuff, and we're sitting on Discord calls and shit, and I'm like, bro, so I want to do this. I'm sending him references off Pinterest, because like I got the tag on the outside of my shirt on the back of this one. You feel me? Like I'm sending him references and stuff. Like I had to explain to him how I wanted this to be a flannel to come out of the zip up. You know what I mean? Like, and that helped for sure. So, and now I'm learning how to get right with it. So I got some crazy shit on the way. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do you believe you're ahead of your time, bro?
Yeah, I would believe I'm ahead of my time. I don't even know if I'm ahead of my time. It's just I'm making use of my time. You feel me? So like, I would say that, you know, like I'm taking what opportunities are given to me and I'm going fully on with it. Like, so that's what I would say.
So okay, give me like a breakdown of like you throughout the day, like
right.
As far as like putting yourself in the mode of creating clothes or anything.
Right.
Like, who's some of the people that like inspires you? Like me personally, like. Before I come in here, I'm probably listening to Kobe. Okay. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Right.
This ain't got nothing to do with basketball, but I'm listening to Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So who's the people that like kind of add fuel to your fire, you know, and push you to go to the next level?
Honestly, like when I see that something's possible and that it works and it got longevity, the biggest thing about like, even with basketball too, but the cool thing about like quitting basketball and not going to college is like there's no guarantee in this shit. You feel me? So when I see people like, even folks like Rich Guy that's older than me in fashion and stuff like that and making a living doing it and having Nike collab X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying? If I'm like, okay, this shit got longevity, like I can really take this shit far. I had to come to that conclusion like a week and a half ago. I was like, bro, like I'm really trying to be a rock star when it comes to this clothing shit and really put out some crazy shit. So I'm like, why even limit myself? You know what I mean? So, bro, yeah, really that inspires me. And then honestly, the biggest people that inspire me are like people that got their shit set up as like well-oiled machines. Like I'm a big advocate for, if you want to be your best self, you got to put yourself in your best like scenario to do your best work. You feel me? So like that's even right now, like I'm trying to get this new warehouse because like I'm gonna set it up in there to where all my fulfillment in there, I do all my designing there, my whole creative process is gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like I can ship out orders to like celebrity guests that want to do private shop and pull up, get right. You know what I mean? Like I can put my DTG machines in there, my screen printing machines in there. I can go in there and literally make a sample, cook it up right there. And you feel me? So it's really just putting myself in that best thing. And whoever really got well-oiled machines, I would say, I don't really know who I can say I look up into this shit, because I always be feeling like I'm in a weird space when it comes to it, because I'm like, I'm doing my shit, I'm showing my lifestyle, but at the same time, I'm trying to help niggas. I'm trying to teach niggas too. Most people, it's like one or the other. It's like either you a celebrity and you like, you know what I'm saying? You and it's you keeping it short, or it's both. But it's, to be honest, I feel like nigga, that shit lame. You know what I mean? Like
I
it could be either.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like nobody bigger than the other. You know what I'm saying? I feel we all put our pants on the same. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it ain't no way if somebody, you know, you can help out everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
You can help out facts. I think I fuck with that for sure.
Yeah.
But okay, so the warehouse, I want to talk to you about that.
Okay.
You say you want to have your in-house team. Yeah. You want to fulfillment orders, everything, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Where do you think that idea came from, and how far off do you think you are from obtaining that goal?
Oh, so look, the reason why this came about is because I was already working with a warehouse, right, that I had 30% ownership in. And I was already working with them, but they were doing like bad business and stuff like that. They were delaying stuff. They were like charging double shipping on items when we had the items there to ship out. Like I think they were just kind of running into money issues, and they just, I don't know, and I had a software that was supposed to come out, right? I had a software that was supposed to come out with them that I paid to start up. The software never came out, so that's a whole different thing, like with money involved and shit. So and then I was like, bro, the folks, they like the clothes I'm putting out, even though my stuff about to get 10 times crazier, trust. But they like the clothes I'm putting out. They like the content that I make. They like the content when I style the piece. So I'm like, whatever is making bad remarks about my brand, I got to get rid of. So like the LA warehouse I was working with, that I was doing manufacturing with, that delayed my Black Friday drop for 3.5 months. You feel me? We done. We can't do that no more. You know what I mean? Like now I got to stick to what I know. I got to stick to what's going to be smooth. Like, so just I had to cut all that off, because the only complaints you gonna hear about Project Capri, and the crazy thing is my shipping's hella good. My shipping, like all my stuff's pre-made right now and stuff like that. But for the little drops like that, where it'll be a manufacturer doing that, or I work with a handmade dude in Europe, and he mess up the Jorts when he send them through. They don't got enough C's on them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then when it comes to stuff like that, that's the only bad shit you're gonna hear. So if I get my customer service, which I've been going crazy on, if I get my customer service and like just shipping times, everything like that, right? I can go to the moon with it. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's over. So My question is, do you want to have like a Project Capri store? Or?
Yeah. I'm planning on getting a brick and mortar this year.
Okay. All the way. Yeah. I like it though. I do like it. So you said earlier too that you started out with Adore Capri.
Yeah.
Tell me about what drove the rebrand.
Okay, so basically, the thing is like as a creative, I kind of like you can fall in love with a piece, but then it's like you fall in love with that piece, and then once the next one comes, it's fuck that piece, you're on to the next one. So it's like I was designing with Adore Capri, but I was doing everything cheap because I just didn't have capital. So everything was like Pakistan t-shirts, Pakistan hoodies, Pakistan acid wash shorts. Like it would be the acid wash shorts, but after people having them for 5 or 6 months and washing them, the 3D print is like cracking or something. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, okay, now, and it was like, okay, my brand isn't even technically named after my name because Capri, it means goat in Latin. That's kind of what I did it around. But Adore Capri, some niggas just, some niggas wasn't fucking with it. Like Adore Capri, it sounded like you're saying Adore, like, you know what I'm saying? Since I'm the owner of it. So I ended up changing it from Adore to Project Capri, and basically like the project of inspiring the next generation and the current generation even, and keeping them fly while doing it, right? And then also like my 3 Running Man logo, my pops used to always have these little like monkey statues around the house that would say "See, speak, hear no evil." That I got a Murakami tat on me and stuff like that. So that's why I doubled it up. But that's what sparked the rebrand is I just wanted to make better pieces. And the first piece that I came back with, I spent like 2.5, 3 months perfecting it, which is my denim flared sweats, the ones with the Capri going down them and shit. And that was the first drop back. And that post right now probably got like 15,000 likes. Like the first post, and that was the biggest stuff I like. So I took all my posts down and I came back with it new. But the thing is, it's gonna keep happening just because now, like, if I showed you these next 5 designs we got coming out, you would be like, damn, you better off rebranding because, like, this some whole, you know what I'm saying? This some whole
next generation.
But it's like, I'm not even on no shit where it's like, it's going to be next level and now I'm going to try to, like, OD tax on it or OD. Like, nah, what I'm doing it now this time is, like, I'm going to really get my pieces to the people. Like, I got 20,000 lifetime orders with, like, 30 different SKUs. If you do the breakdown, that means each one of my pieces, there's only, like, 300-400 of them in the world. You feel me? So then it's like now, if I get a banger piece that the people want and the people love, I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna keep dropping it, keep supplying it, so there's more of it out there. Because if I do a drop of 1,500 and I sell it all out, that don't mean that my brand is being seen anywhere. Because that's only 1,500 people. You know what I'm saying? Out of 8 billion in the world. So
so I've seen a few brands kind of steal the sauce a little bit. And I want to ask, like, how do you stay ahead? Like, because I know some
trends change fast.
Yeah, they change, and I know some, like, even with Rich Guy, I think he said, "Y'all in 2025, I'm in 2030 right now." You know what I'm saying? Like, so where are you with it as far as, I don't want to say stealing of the ideas because I feel like in fashion it's just everybody's bouncing ideas off of each other.
Yeah,
but you can kind of tell with some pieces. It's like, I know exactly where you got that from. Like,
or like where the inspiration came from. So really, staying ahead is one. Like, I feel like I'm at a point with my brand now that as long as I really take my time with a piece, no matter what I do with it, like, I feel like I'm the one that can set the trends now. You know what I mean? But also the craziest part is like, there's so many brands in the world. Like, even out of this small clothing brand niche that we in right now, there's so many brands in the world that's really like that. Like, their pieces are really like that. You feel me? So it's like, I know there's always so much more to go. But that's the thing where it'd be like, oh, y'all interviewing me right now and shit, and we talking about Project Capri, and I haven't even unlocked like 15-20% of my full design. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing different manufacturers and stuff. Like, because my problem with the brand was, since my timing with the drops would always be like either so last minute or something, or I would be using my own money for the brand, so I would have to like drop quick to get that investment back, to where if something like I wanted to get made was really hard, but either it was super expensive per piece or it took too long to get manufactured, I would dub it in the butt or I would put it in a stash. You know what I mean? But now it's like, I already got this shit set up. I'm already doing my content. I do a lot of shit. I ain't gonna lie. I do content. I make music. I do all type of stuff, right?
I just seen
so,
in the video.
Yeah, I hoop. So it's like, so now it's like, okay, instead of just putting together collections and everything like that, like, I can really take my time and put these pieces out one by one and really scale them. You feel me? So, yeah.
Okay, so what they say when you're at the top is when people like just slow down or like just stop working. What keeps you driven to stay at the top? What keeps you driven to keep going and keep going harder and keep pushing the Project Capri out there?
Right. So remember how I told you like my biggest thing is like people with Welloiled Machine. If you don't know what a Welloiled Machine is, like you got your shit on schedule. You're doing X, Y, and Z. You're pushing out this much a month. You're ordering 20, 30 samples a month. You're 4 or 5 drops ahead and stuff like that. So like even recently, like it happens every like it keeps going up like every 2-3 weeks based on what I see. But I even went to Atlanta and I was interviewing some brand owners out there, and like the brand owners out there would have like, for instance, their whole warehouse setup, like how I was just telling you about, or they would have like a full team for photographer, you know what I'm saying? They just got their shit set up well. Or he's selling, or for like instance, my boy Rio Righteous, he's selling the same zip up over 5,000 times because, and now his piece really out there, but he just marketing that one piece. Like when I see like just other ways and stuff like that, what I've been peeping recently is like, I don't be gatekeeping like that, right? But all these other niggas be gatekeeping. Yeah. You feel me? And then it's like, it be the niggas that be calling my phone, ask me for some, or it'll be, you know what I'm saying? It'll be the niggas that want to pick my brain, but then I'm realizing they got all these other sauce. Like, you got all this other sauce and these tricks and these clothing brand tips and all these connections and shit. Bro. And you still can't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now that I'm peeping all the shit behind the scenes that niggas got going on to really make they shit crazy, it's like, oh, now I know y'all really not gonna be able to fuck with me when I really put this shit together how it's supposed to be. Like, you know what I'm saying?
When did you realize, I can't do it by myself? I need a team. Like, I can't do it.
Nah, I'm realizing right now I could do it by myself. That's what I'm realizing right now. Because look, like, the biggest thing that's even slowed down the growth of my brand, which is why we should probably be like, well, by the end of this year, we'll probably be over 4 or 5 million in sales, right? But the biggest thing that slowed it down was those bad partnerships and those bad business ventures. Now, if I can keep something in-house, I will. Like, if I can hire both of my brothers to go work and they can make $800 a week and they're fulfilling the orders, I'd rather keep it in the family than delegate it to X, Y, and Z because it's just like, bro, in business, the hardest thing to find is employees. That's the hardest thing to find because everybody thinks they want to work. But the thing is, I'm the only nigga that's said it and I'm still working at it and I ain't stopped yet. You know what I mean? So, so it's like, a lot of niggas say they want to work. Is when it comes to finding employees, that's the hardest shit, bro.
When it's time to work, niggas ain't trying to work.
Right,
niggas want to work. They say they want to work, but
they say they want to work.
Yeah, they do.
On my life, man.
Let's get into this. We was talking earlier about this tour you had coming up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this tour you had coming up.
Okay, so look, did y'all see my mastermind event I did last year? So I did a mastermind event last year at a penthouse in Las Vegas. It was 25 people, and that event was a 2-day event. It was 8 hours of speaking with me and other entrepreneurs, and it came with 3-month mentorship from me after, right? So I did that tour. It actually got a lot of backlash. Actually, they was on TikTok on some weird shit, but I wasn't really tripping, right? Because all those folks that was there, like they were commenting, like they got results, like they going crazy now. Shout out to all my mentees. But basically now I'm doing it on a bigger scale. We're doing Houston, Atlanta, Miami, right? It's going to be an entrepreneur tour though. So it's not going to be only clothing brand related, right? So like, for instance, in Houston, actually, I'm not even going to leak some of the lineups. But like, we trying to get DDG to come speak on YouTube in Miami. We got like Funny Mike out here in Houston. You know what I'm saying? So like, we got some big people coming, but it's going to be in a bunch of different niches. So it's going to be on Friday. It's going to be a pop-up shop where if you buy a ticket to the tour, you automatically can bring your brand to the pop-up shop and vend, so you can make money that day. And then Saturday is the event, the speaking, the meet and greet, everything. And then on Sunday, I'm going to have like a bunch of models, influencers and stuff come out and model their clothes for them on that Sunday.
Damn, that's tough.
And it's all sponsored by the Hilton, so shout out Hilton, you know?
Yeah, shout out Hilton. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Hilton. Okay, so I want to backtrack a little bit. Okay, you got your first million in sales. Most of us, we young, we go buy a chain, buy a car. Right. What made you just not go broke? What made you, you know what I'm saying, manage your money?
I can turn any situation into a money situation. And the craziest thing is that, like, people probably see and think that like I'm a overly money driven person. Like in my regular life, like I don't speak about money. I don't talk about money because I came to the conclusion a while ago that like if you're chasing money, it's gonna run away from you. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like I'm not even worried about the money aspect of it. I'm just doing all the hard work that I know it takes for the money to flow in, and I'm just letting it flow in. You know what I mean? So it then just also just keeping managership, one of the biggest things I did was like just putting money aside in accounts that I can't touch. That's one of the biggest things, you know.
Yeah.
No, that is a good move.
That's smart as
I ain't
hell.
even gonna lie. You ain't even looking at it.
You see it, you can touch it. Just know,
Yeah.
I see it.
I mean,
I'm
my
touching
shit
it.
down right now because the stock market a little cooked, but my shit finna be back up.
So,
Shit.
talk to me about that because it's a lot
shit
going on, and I don't know if you had manufacturers overseas, but with the tariffs and everything,
I just
how's
had to
that?
pay $1,500 in tariffs today, actually.
$1,500.
$1,500 in tariffs and that's with the lowered prices. Actually, I think I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I had to get some of my stuff shipped 9 to 16 day air shipping, and then I guess there wasn't no tariffs on those ones. It's still on the way. Yeah. But these shorts right here are on the way. And it keeps sending me like the little links to pay for them. But in the past, when DHL would send you them, they would be like $50, $40, and shit like that. It was first one $750, second one $750, and I hope it ain't no more coming. But shit, you know.
Man,
Yeah.
That trade war getting crazy.
I just dropped a new list of 50 manufacturers that don't got tariffs or got lower tariffs in different countries.
Ask you that too. That's
in
real.
my community.
That's
I
real.
already dropped it. So
that's real. I had seen some people. My fault. I seen some people talking about it on TikTok. They were like, yeah, this is what's wrong with us as a community of people talking about black people. They were like, now China sat here and told us who the manufacturers were, and now y'all trying to sell the manufacturers back to us.
Right.
Instead of just putting everybody on, like you said, 100%. Gatekeeping, like just
See, so I got already a list though that people can use, and like I charge for them personally just because me and my team will go through and we'll find manufacturers in other countries, make sure they're verified, make sure they do good business, everything like that, or make sure they can make like. There can be a good manufacturer, but that doesn't mean they can make streetwear clothes, or that doesn't mean they can make clothes for clothing brands. So we'll kind of filter it down like that, and then it's like always. You always got to pay for knowledge. Like my old stepmom used to always tell me, like, the only thing they can't take from you is up here. You know what I mean? Like, even everything you got, like, if you know what I'm saying, whatever happened, they can kind of come take whatever they want, but they can't take your knowledge. So, so learning that is the biggest thing, and I'm up in my community every day. I just recently switched from school to WAP, so now my community is way crazier on the inside. But
nah, shout out to you because it ain't too many people. Like I was telling him, like. You know, we had a conversation like, what do we want out of this? I told him straight up, like, I want this to be able to change other people's lives. And to hear you say that, I'm rocking with that.
Right.
Like,
what people don't understand is like everyone know how to do something and everyone is knowledgeable on something. It's just, are you gonna go get paid for your knowledge?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So like, it don't matter if you know how to play piano. You can go have a charge for piano lessons. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you know how to skateboard. You know what I'm saying? You can do skateboard. You can like, it's so many ways you can get paid for your knowledge, and it's like you earned it. You feel me? If you learned it, and you can, if you learned something to the point where you can replicate it over and over, and you can instill it in somebody else, then you should be getting paid for your knowledge. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did hear you say we'll bring up the stock market. I just want to ask.
Right.
You know, where are you putting your money? Where are you taking your money out of?
Right.
What's up with you
right
in the stock
now,
market?
I'm actually about to dump like a bunch of more money into crypto because I definitely think it's about to go back up. I feel like Trump kind of did like a little pump and dump thing, kind of like it should technically be like, what is it called, like market manipulation or something? Yeah. It should technically be that, but he definitely like I even seen the video where he was in there talking about like, oh, he just made $600 million. He just made,
I saw that too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
$2 billion.
So I think like whoever is investing right now and putting money into it, like by the end of this year, like after this first year when he's doing all this stuff or whenever everything gets settled, it's definitely gonna go back up. So I'm trying to put more into it right now. But shout out Tez, he be shooting me some of his stuff that he be investing in and stuff. But I got a lot in Bitcoin right now. I got like 40 racks in Bitcoin.
Shit.
I got Ethereum.
Okay.
Let me see. I got Sheet. I got Vu.
Shiva?
I got Vu. Vu is a fire one.
Vu. Vanguard.
Yeah, Vu, like VOO.
Yeah.
That's a yeah.
I be in the stock market. I check the stocks every day, bro.
What the?
I check the stocks every day.
Yeah, I'm in XRP, Doge.
Got some XRP.
Pepe.
Funny, Mike got that Doge on live.
Yeah, I got that Doge too. I'm waiting on Doge to go up. I ain't lying. I need that Doge going.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up, bro. When did you start first investing?
I started first investing junior year of high school. Because what's crazy was like Bro, when I tell you I've tried every side hustle possible, like we're not even gonna speak on it, but I've tried every side hustle possible. Like when I told you I was drop shipping, that was the first time that I seen like actually a little bit of success with it. Like before that, I was trying to learn how to like day trade and shit, right? But bro, that shit was so damn confusing. I had my little Chromebook. I remember I had like a custodial account on Webull, and then I remember I was trying to make like a like you know the little fake account where they let you trade with fake money and shit. I ain't know what the hell was going on. I was studying that shit for really like 2-3 months. And it was cool, but I felt like even once I got decent at it, that it was still sort of like gambling at some point. And I didn't have the money to fuck around then. So I was like, so then, that's when I ended up going to drop shipping. But
you was one of the Forex people.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when he said
Forex.
No. When he said he'd have tried every side hustle, I thought Forex.
I ain't tried Forex.
Bro. Just one of them. They all went away. Everybody.
I was young as hell when they was doing Forex. I was in like 8th grade, I think, 7th grade.
I do got some this or that's that I want to ask you too before we got up out here. So, number one, Cybertruck or black truck Escalade?
Is it a black truck Escalade V?
Yeah.
Like black truck Escalade V.
Okay. Okay. Bron or Jordan?
LeBron.
Wait, who was your favorite player growing up? Pause that. Who was your favorite player?
Who was my favorite player growing up? I mean, you see, I was tall, so I was fucking with like I liked KD a lot, like hoop style wise. Like recently, I've been fucking with Jason Tatum too. I've obviously messed with LeBron. Always Curry was.
Oh yeah, that's the best player alive. You just said, hey, best player alive, Curry.
Curry. Yeah, nah, he was wild.
The other night he was K-Cap.
Yeah. So I was fucking with that, and then. When it really came to hooping, like I fuck with Tracy McGrady too.
Oh, he was a dog.
He had a bag. And like
you like real deal hoopers.
Like like really getting into it. Like
we're gonna have to hoop with you.
Yeah,
like T-Bag. Ain't too many gonna say T-Bag.
I'm gonna say that, but before you get back to this that, this nigga's trash at hooping. So I'm gonna let it be known. This nigga's trash. Do not let him say nothing.
We had B in here. We supposed to be setting it up, bro.
You don't know. You
when I tell you when it gets set up. I'm just gonna dunk on this nigga. When you see the video, when you see the video on YouTube,
I'm gonna repost it.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
This nigga can't dunk. But I'm not getting dunked,
bro.
All right, one more before you get back to this or that. Who you got win the finals? Quick and easy, right here.
Who do I got winning the finals? Honestly, I hope the Lakers do.
Hell no.
I hope the Lakers win the final.
Hell yeah.
I either say the Lakers or the Warriors. Cause I feel like I would say either the Lakers or the Warriors. Because I wanted the Warriors to beat Memphis when they were playing the other night because I was like, I mean, I know Ja is on the come up, and I know they definitely want to switch the face of the league. But I'm like, this is kind of some of Curry's last years to really go for a final. And I seen, bro, him and Jimmy been hooping. So like, they can really get right if they, you know what I'm saying?
Playoff Jimmy, chef man,
like the Lakers
going to the ship. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the Lakers.
I'm praying to God that the Warriors.
And obviously, like the Celtics,
they're going to finals.
The Celtics gonna be there, but you know what I'm saying? If the Lakers go against the Celtics. I think the Lakers might beat the Celtics.
I think it's a possibility. Anything's possible when you got LeBron and Luka.
Yeah, that's just cheating, bro.
It's very possible.
That would like not because if Bron get another chip though, that would like solidify his like whole career, like his storyline.
That's over.
Bro, what from in the league at 18 to in the league for over how many more?
Yeah,
he been
20,
in the league longer
20 plus
than he
years.
been out the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Luka come, they get a chip.
How did you say that? More of his life has been spent in the NBA.
Yeah, he been in the league more than he been out the league. So it's like that's his life at this point.
I ain't gonna lie, he get that other ring. He over Curry there, and I ain't gonna lie, because they both tied. It's 4-4. I mean, the first 5 wins.
He's over Curry.
Nah, if we get a Lakers Warriors final though,
we can't.
We can't.
Conference finals. We can get a conference finals.
We can't get that. If we with the Rockets and y'all whoop the fucking Timberwolves, we can get that next round. Facts. Or get back to this that though. You know what I'm saying? My fault.
See, you interrupted my this and that, so like this ain't gonna flow the right way.
So this and that, bro.
Diddy or Fleece Johnson? Bro, the whole rule.
First of all, wait,
it was supposed to flow a whole lot better. It was supposed to get snuck in there, and you was supposed to be like, what? Like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you was going to say, okay, I feel what you was doing.
Yeah.
Who's Fleece Johnson?
I don't know who the hell that is either.
Booty Warrior. He been popping lately, bro. Mike just had him. Mike just had him on the...
Wait, which one? The old head?
Nah, when they did the...
We can do this an easy way.
Yeah.
The choice is yours.
Yeah. That's crazy. Bro.
Well, we can skip that. We don't need no answer for that.
That's
talking about Diddy. He made those. I don't know what the hell.
Hey, man. All right, Future or Young Thug?
Future.
Okay.
I had Young Thug for a minute, but I ain't gonna lie that, bro. Future, he been in his bag.
Yeah,
he been in his bag.
Who was your favorite artist too? I got this.
Right now, my favorite artist is Future.
Yeah, Future.
Right
Right, give us top 5 then.
Top 5 would be, I got Drizzy up there, Future up there, Lil Wayne up there. Who else would I put in my top 3? That's a tough one. Who would I put in my top 5?
You a Cardi type or not?
I wouldn't do Cardi top 5 all time. Yeah. I wouldn't do Cardi top 5 all time.
YB? Young for YB?
I do fuck with Young Boy.
Okay.
I don't know if I would put him in my top 5 right now, but I be listening to his recent shit too, like Sneaking. I be bumping Sneaking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I used to listen to Young Boy hella in like middle school and shit. But
what about Lil Baby? Nah,
Lil Baby, I wouldn't put him because I ain't gonna lie. I would low-key throw some older school shit in here, like a Donnell Jones or something, or like a R&B artist, maybe maybe not a Mary J. Blige, but probably like Party Next Door is like that too. I don't know if I would put him top 5 all time. I don't know if I put him at top 5 all time yet, but he's really like that. But yeah, so I would probably just throw like Donnell Jones in there. Actually, I'll throw Michael Jackson in there.
Okay,
and I'll throw. Yeah, just a R&B artist. Or like I'll throw like Music Soul Child in there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just to
I ain't expect Music Soul Child either.
Music Soul Child.
You got some debt, bro. You got some debt. Okay, stack jeans or baggy shorts?
I don't really wear stack jeans like that no more, but I'll go baggy shorts. Okay. I'll go baggy shorts. Yeah.
Vegas or Houston? And you know what? I'll add a bonus in there, or LA, or Cali.
I would say, what living wise?
Yeah.
Or ATL.
Well, I said those 3 because he lives in LA.
I would like to live in LA, but I just know how LA get. My pops is from LA. My pops from Inglewood, and he born and raised out there. Like, so I know how it is out there living out there, but I do like when I move from Houston, I want to move somewhere with water. So it would have to be either LA or like Miami or something. Unless I go out the country, you know.
You want to go on the coast? Were you thinking? Were you thinking out of the country? Because I feel like
Cape Town or some shit.
Okay,
like Cape Town or some shit.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. That's all I got for this or that though.
All right. Well, shit. You want to go to the last question?
Yeah, we can throw that right now.
Right, go ahead and get the last question.
All right. So. We got, and you know what? We appreciate your time. We appreciate you coming here. And, you know what I'm saying? Just chopping it up with us.
Real nigga.
We got you in this chair. Yeah. Who would you like to see us interview next in this very
And you gotta help us get them though. You gotta at least shoot a text. You know.
Okay. Do they got to be in Houston?
Nah.
It make it easier, but nah. It make it weird.
They don't got to be in Houston.
Yeah.
Y'all should interview. Who's someone that y'all should interview? Let me think. Hold on. Y'all should interview. I'm gonna just go someone in Houston. And he going crazy right now. Y'all got to interview Funny Mike.
You got to help us though.
Y'all got to interview Funny Mike.
You got.
I'm about to get Funny Mike on the tour right now. So
remember you said, hey, the people gonna see you said this. I'm gonna say you got to help us though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, cause his shit, he really, they need to pick his brain for real. Like he got dead ass 3 different primes. Like,
yeah, literally, bro. This is
him and all different shit.
DDG.
Yeah, him and DDG.
Pioneers, bro.
Yeah,
pioneers.
It's hard to stay relevant that long. I'm gonna say, they doing it.
And with keeping a well-respected name in it, it's not even like you doing no corny weird, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel what you're saying. Facts. Well, you know what I'm saying? This is episode 50. We're going to drop all the Caprice info. If you want to start a brand, communities, all of it, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be all in the description. And you know what I'm saying? Appreciate your time.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Appreciate you. And y'all go shop Project Caprice, man. We about here.
Pull up on me, man.
I can show you how to stack a 10 times 10. Fast money shit, getting it in.